Oh, there's the rest of my face. It feels so good
Uh-oh.
not to have that missing.
Patrick Snapchatting a lady.
Oh, Patrick, don't
Look
send...
at this photograph.
Okay, yeah, that fits us much better. We're just going to be large this time.
Okay.
Which is good. Now we don't have to pretend like we like each other.
Sure, yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Is that like a filter on Snapchat?
It was, yeah. I happened to see
What
that
the hell is on
like,
Joey's head?
It's a banger. Oh, who did it? Oh, who did it?
So, Patrick, this
I don't
is
even
for
wanna
you.
make a-
You wanted to see the glob. That's a big ass glob.
That's a glob for sure.
That's a glob and a half, bro.
Okay. Fucking hell, I'm already regret this.
Is that a boneless wing? What is this?
Beyond
Is
a
it
certain amount of glob, I'm not responsible.
They're vegan nuggets.
Ooh,
Heck
okay.
yeah. Impossible nuggets. Impossible nuggets.
It's not impossible. It's Morningstar, but they're still
Well,
good.
he was holding it. It looks possible.
How you
I
feeling?
got
I'm gonna go as long as I can
spooky
without a
nuggets
drink
yesterday
again.
at the store.
No way.
Yeah, they're shaped like bats and pumpkins and stuff.
Oh, that's so spooky, dude. You know what they just put on Game Pass for you, Austin?
It doesn't feel that bad so far. I'm kind of scared. Like,
That's
where
basic.
is it?
Oh, you're used to it now?
Oh,
Don't tell me I'm used to it.
the originals or the remake?
Did you use the right
for a
sauce?
while? It's the
I
remake.
definitely did.
No, you don't have an
It's
excuse
coming.
to
It's
not
just
play
it's inching
Well, I
its
already
way up.
owned it, but
it. Yes. How are you feeling, champ?
Okay, let's jump into this first trailer.
All right,
you
you
gotta
can't
give
take
us
a
an
drink.
intro. Hold on. Hold
Okay,
on.
I'm out.
Nope, can't speak. I'm done.
Hello, and welcome to another episode.
I was really banking on just shut up and let's watch a trailer.
No.
And
All
then
right.
drink while we're
lead
all
us in,
talking.
Patrick.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Fingering the Pulse. I am one of your hosts tonight. It's me, Patrick. I'm the problem. It's me. And tonight we are joined by fellow co-hosts Austin, John, and our
Patrick
special
Prime.
guest. Introduce yourself, guest.
Joe's
okay.
evicted. He's evicted.
I'm Joe. John and I just met not too long ago, a month or two ago, and
Earlier today.
Oh yeah, earlier today. Actually, I was hiding in his trash can. I was hiding in his trash can,
With
rummaging
hot
for-
sauces. I
With
was
hot
like,
sauce.
bro,
yeah.
come inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
That's how he meets a lot of his friends. I'm gonna be honest.
Well,
So
that
yeah,
doesn't make me feel special.
We're gonna react to some trailers.
yeah. If you're new here, we're just gonna watch shit and react and give our thoughts. So it'll be fun. And we're gonna start with
About
this.
How bad Hulu is.
Yes, Austin is. I like Hulu.
Hulu has last words. All right, go.
All right, let's go.
Ah!
Make a sick beat with that.
Hi, Joe. It
This
says meet
is-
Joe.
Yeah.
Like that was a face. Okay.
What has Joe done?
Why was
Joe!
he
He's done a bad
wearing
thing.
mask?
It's me. Somebody's killing us.
me.
Someone's coming.
Oh, Joe, what have you done?
What are you not telling me?
What's that guy from?
Wonderful.
Oh, he looks familiar.
I did bad.
What are these masks?
It's
That looks
Hey,
like-
hey.
Yeah, that's facts.
Kids.
Where's napkins?
Gonna fix
We don't have any.
Oh, Christ.
I'm gonna go get you some.
Thank you.
Don't look good enough. That's a look, dude.
Why did you
I
contact
care a
me?
lot. Oh shit.
need to find Diane.
And you trust them? We're going to be dealing with some very serious people.
This is gonna be fun.
Doesn't matter what you do. What you say. You can't outrun us.
If we fight, we die. If we run, we die.
I'm pretty sure we've seen like at
There's things
least
in this
25
world
guns and not a single
Way
bullet.
more scared of you than you are of them. Because we're apex
There's an explosion.
predators. Coffee? I could coffee. Do you want a coffee?
Ah,
Oh.
It's a TV show.
All episodes too. That's not like Hulu.
I don't know about you guys. That looks good to me.
Are you hallucinating?
That was giving off movie vibes to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Although we know with my track record, I'm not great at distinguishing. So
Yeah, neither. I'm not either. None of us are.
I'm coming down. I'm coming down.
Eddie Izzard, no way. Okay.
I don't know how I felt about that. It didn't really. It's. I think that it falls into the category of one of those trailers where it's like, it has all of the elements of, a show or a movie or whatever, but nothing that stands out to the point where it'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna find my way to Hulu to go watch this.
I'm kind of with you on that.
It's
like
kind of the issue we run into with all of you, right? Whenever we talk about Hulu or Peacock or Amazon property, we're like, it could be good, but you really have to have something for me to want to go out of my way to one of the streaming services that you're not just regularly on.
Yeah, I agree. It looked interesting, and I liked what I saw. I just don't know if I'm gonna watch it.
Okay.
That's just me.
Side note, real quick.
What up?
I guess my buddy tried talking in the chat, but it didn't go through. I'm not seeing it. He said Sean Evans could definitely kick your ass. How do you feel about
that? Bro.
How do you feel about that?
Did you just see how I handled that wing a second ago? I could take him
He's done
easy.
hotter.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
Done hotter.
I've done hotter. Honestly, not even joking. Second time around was not as bad. First time, I literally had to chug through 2 beverages.
Now, are we
totally?
Are we talking just like? Are we just talking like hot sauce wise, or are we talking fist fight?
Listen. Kel, I assume?
No, it's not Kel.
It's not Kel. Not Kel.
It's another Joe, not me. Different Joe.
Joe, you listen here. One, what's his name? Chris Evans.
Yeah.
I'll kick Chris Evans's ass, and then I'm gonna kick your ass on top of it.
You definitely could be Chris Evans. Let's just be clear.
No, definitely not.
The secret.
I'm glad we're all in agreement with that.
I'm gonna
except
wear
for him,
a focus sash and then use self-destruct.
Although to be fair, Scott Pilgrim did beat Chris Evans, so
Michael Cera has no business beating up Chris Evans, but in the movie it makes sense.
Yeah, but also he did that in Barbie as his character too. So maybe we're just underestimating Michael Cera.
Maybe you're just overestimating Chris Evans. I blew pepper X for breakfast. Troglodyte. Game on.
Oh god. There is one wing left if you want to do it.
That's all yours, man. I had mine too. Look, I'm not saying you do Pepper X or whatever, but you enjoy that.
Okay. I'll do Pepper X again. Since you had to do it twice.
I want you to know, I'm not making you do this. You're choosing this.
This is my choice. But go ahead.
No.
What were you saying?
Full disclosure, I did Google search Sean Evans shirtless, and I didn't really find anything.
Is he ripped? Oh no.
No, but I'm looking at side profiles of him, or shots of him with his arms on the table. It's like, yeah, no, he works out.
I'm gonna go to the gym for a month and I'll kick his ass.
Here's my glob.
Sean Evans 1v1
That's a
me.
glob.
I don't even care. I will get my ass handed. No, I will hand your own ass to you on live TV. Come at me.
Creator Clash 3, make it happen.
All right. After that, let's go to the dog park.
1 second.
Items, are you listening?
1 second. I'm gonna give it up to Sean Evans though. That is a hot sauce, my man.
Oh yeah.
Not the hottest I've ever had, but pretty goddamn hot.
As if he's watching us.
No,
He
it's
will.
Some weak shit, Sean. It's some weak shit, Sean. That's what he's saying.
Patrick couldn't handle your buffalo sauce. Don't listen to him. Dude, his buffalo sauce on the scale is only 2 out of 10.
Was it spicy?
No.
It was tangy. Per buffalo sauce, it's pretty, regular spice level.
Yeah. It's definitely tastier than typical buffalo.
Oh, 100% it's tastier.
This
the
one got
Pepper
under my
X is
tongue.
11 out of 10, and I'll admit, that one's hot. Not the hottest, but freaking hot. I'm ready for the next trailer.
Okay.
After all those thoughts we had on that thing we just watched, don't even know what the
Duck
name
Park.
was.
Oh, don't go.
watching.
Why do I think this is amazing already?
I had a feeling.
Oh no!
This looks amazing.
This is right up John's alley.
This is 100% what I'm into. This is if Smiling Friends was live action.
You know what, guys? It's funny. I think this is the first time I've just been able to sit back, take a little breather throughout this whole thing. Isn't that weird?
Whatever this is, I'm there day one. Whatever this is, I'm there day one.
I like it. Dedicate all my time to one goal. I like having a purpose. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling a little bit. I just feel really at ease right now, you know?
I'm in. I am in so hard. That looks
Where did this even come
hilarious.
from?
Oh, boy.
That looks hilarious.
There's a story behind this.
Okay.
It's not a
Ugh.
long story.
I feel like, you know, last time we watched how Markiplier is making a movie. This is what if you just say to me the words, Markiplier is making a movie, what do you think it'll be? This is what I expect, is this level of
No,
movie.
see,
But
I don't
then when we
expect
saw
that from
teaser,
Markiplier.
I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Like this, like don't get me wrong, it's over the top bad comedy, but it's done in such a way that they're wielding it to their advantage. I don't think like Markiplier could
It's on purpose, for sure.
really like I believe you could make a bad comedy, but I don't think you could make a bad comedy in such a way that it's actually a good comedy. This, whatever the hell
He
this
did work
was.
with a lot with iDubbbz there for a minute. But
Listen,
Yeah,
I don't have faith in Markiplier. My bad. Praise. But still, this might be the thing I'm most hyped for, aside from the Venture Bros movie. Like I'm so
Like
in on
Napoleon.
this. Okay, but in fairness, the French dictators are kind of a different category, you know. So hyped for Napoleon.
I mean,
Definitely
I
seeing
guess.
that opening night. This is okay. I'll at least say this. It's definitely the thing I'm most hyped for as of recent. Oh,
Is this actually going to be in theaters or is this streaming somewhere?
good point.
That's a great
Theaters are
question.
streaming.
give us your story on this, Patrick. See where it takes us.
Yeah, see what we got.
As I've maybe expressed on this show before, on streams before, I love the show Steven Universe, and by proxy, I love Rebecca Sugar and all the work that she does. Adventure Time, and is the main creative force behind Steven Universe. She wrote a song for this movie, and the only reason I know about this movie is because she tweeted, "Hey, I wrote a song for this movie." And if you look at the YouTube link for this video, it has like 100 views. This isn't like the hottest thing of all time, but I saw like
No
2
way,
seconds of it,
really?
and you have to watch it. Yeah, deadass.
This is something that we're definitely gonna have to watch on YouTube.
I will see this
That's
on
amazing.
whatever it is the moment it drops.
It's by a guy named Toby Jones. He's done, I don't know what he's done, but I know he's works in the animation industry. I have to assume if he's connected to Rebecca
He
Sugar.
works for Cartoon Network.
Patrick,
Okay,
keep us as
that makes
posted
sense.
as possible. I'm in. I am so in.
There's a really good chance this comes out like a dry fart and I just miss it. So like
100% a
I
possibility.
caught it all by chance. I didn't. This just floated across my timeline one day, and I just.
I'm
like, this is
so
magic,
glad
so.
you found this.
This is
too.
second
Oh, here's the
second
thing.
best trailer, like random trailer you've ever put on.
100%.
The one that we watched for Silent Night. That was the best
Oh.
trailer you've ever put in.
I can't believe we're all in agreement on this. That it just looks good.
Well, especially if it's just on YouTube, we definitely have to watch it.
I mean, it knows what.
Yeah,
it
we
is.
have
I
no
think
excuse
that's
not
working in its
to.
favor. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how it's going to be released. Obviously, it's not out until next year, but
Right,
Yeah.
right,
it
right.
looks fun. It knows what it is, and I think it's trying to own that. So I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really, it's doing what it does the way it does it. Like, that doesn't mean much, but it really looks like
No,
they've
it doesn't.
mastered their
Moving
craft
forward.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not the right thing. There we go.
Okay,
I
moving
have to
on.
play the next one.
send it.
Sending it.
I don't know what this is.
There's a young man. I talked to him.
I wish I was with you.
We're back
I
in
have
the
such
80s.
an upset stomach.
Is that a teddy?
That's really weird, Lisa. I'm the greatest. God created. And we're drifting on the mission.
Is he,
Happy says it's a waste of time to try
a
and fix it
zombie?
away. It's better just accept a guy's flaws.
or is he Frankenstein?
He's Frankenstein's monster.
But he looks like a zombie.
So does Frankenstein, kind of.
It's coming out on Valentine's Day.
I can't do that. Not until we bury the body.
Also, is that one of the kids from Street Life Exactly?
Yes. It's Cole Sprouse.
Sprouse, there you go.
Really
Is
hope
Cole
this
Sprouse the one on
Scarface
Riverdale?
ends soon.
I believe so.
I forgot they exist there for a while.
Directed by Zelda Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Want to
So
know? That's
I
what caught my attention about it.
yeah,
Who's
same.
Zelda Williams?
That's Robin Williams' daughter. Yeah.
Ah.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Yeah.
for a second I didn't catch it, but the second you said Robin Williams' daughter, like, yeah, his daughter's name's Zelda.
Yeah. Fun
Oh my
fact:
God.
if it wasn't obvious, Robin Williams was a huge Zelda fan, like the video game series. So that's why he named his daughter Zelda.
I don't
Fun
believe
facts.
you.
They
I
did
think that's a
trailer
coincidence.
for
No, it's
Ocarina of
100%.
Time 3D.
Yeah, I was gonna say he did the trailers for a bunch of Zelda games. Well, I know Ocarina of Time 3D in particular, but I think he was. He also
Yeah.
did Skyward
That's one-
Sword.
Yeah, I know for a fact he did the one for Ocarina of Time 3D with Zelda.
Yeah.
'Cause it's just something they grew up with and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Man, so
yeah.
like, don't get me wrong, I'm interested. What I want to know, what I didn't really get from this is she like Frankenstein in this movie? Is she Frankenstein's daughter or niece? Is she making her own Frankenstein's monster?
Well, the title was Lisa Frankenstein, so I'm
so, like,
assuming
is
that
she the, is she the titular Frankenstein
Did she,
of the movie?
stumbled upon Frankenstein in the garage, or
I'm fine if she's Frankenstein. I did not get clarification.
I'm assuming it's just some kind of retelling. Like it has nothing.
yeah, I'd guess it's more like her name is Frankenstein,
It's Frankenstein.
just colloquially to get the theme of Frankenstein rather than it being like she's actually the daughter of Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And
Then what? I mean, it's coming out around Valentine's, so I'm guessing it's like a rom-com kind of a thing.
Were the vibes I got, yeah.
Personally, I gotta say, I'm like getting a little tired of everything being like set in the 80s.
Facts. Big facts.
Like it just, I don't know. That honestly kind of like put me off a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it seems like it'd be.
I think
okay.
that Stranger Things filled my entire amount of 80s. I need to see
Yeah.
They capitalized
quite
on
a
it.
while.
They set the trend,
Bring
and
on
then the
the
trend
90s.
got old immediately.
Yeah.
Bring on the 90s.
Let's
We
listen.
can bring back NSYNC, we can do the 90s. We can
I'm saying, like, let's
Bring it in full
on the
circle.
90s, and then let's dead stop and not bring on the 2000s.
Oh,
Like,
dude, I'll go so hard when the 2000s throwbacks start.
The
Oh my
2000s
Here's
was
the
just
problem,
poor
right?
man's 90s.
I don't know about that.
Like-
2000s was very
No.
like looking into the future kind of deal. You know what I mean? Very different.
I don't know.
You'll
I've been
look back,
listening to a
you'll
lot
see,
of
you'll
music
be like, oh,
recently,
yeah.
and I was like, man, the 2000s was really just trying to be the 90s, but wasn't.
I disagree. I think the 2000s has
No.
its own style.
It has a distinct vibe.
But here's the thing: is think about what's a recent film that was put in the 90s? Captain Marvel, and that was like not
Recently,
interesting.
because
Not at all.
The only thing that was interesting to me.
Okay, first of all, Patrick, there's been 23 years since the 90s, so that's like there's not exactly a long timeline there.
Is
of,
that the
like, you know-
movie where they play "I'm Just a Girl" by No Doubt, and the movie took place a year before that song came out? Is that right?
I don't know
It
about
might have
that.
I feel like that's a
The-
thing
like,
I
the
heard.
entire trappings of that movie was in the 90s, but it was just like, look, there's a Blockbuster, and she's wearing a
100%.
Snails shirt. It's like
I was gonna say that's
at all.
there's not like a grand 90s vibe where you'd be like, yeah, I need a movie shrouded in the 90s.
Right.
Like,
Like the 80s has a feel
What
to
about
it. The
mid-90s?
90s, you can throw a lot in there, and as long as you have Blockbuster and parachute pants, you fit the bill.
I don't know.
Remember mid-90s?
yeah. I mean that obviously that would count too.
Yeah,
It does count.
but like real
But
quick,
I think
the-
that's more in the trappings of like skateboarding.
Don't be afraid. Like,
That-
talk over
like that's what
people.
makes sense.
100%. Yeah.
yeah, the only reason I was even interested in what was that movie called again? The Marvel
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. The only reason I was even interested in it was because in the trailer she was wearing a Nine Inch Nails shirt, and I know that's super like stupid, but that's literally what got me interested.
Dude, to each their own, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
It's unfortunate the movie was very good.
Well, that's a different discussion. Oh,
No,
man.
it isn't.
How does it make you feel that Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor just did the score for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
I'm
animated
not
one
upset
I
about
missed?
that.
Yeah.
Did they really?
Oh, they did, and it's awesome. They do
Yeah.
a lot of soundtrack work.
They did.
Yeah,
They did
wow.
the soundtrack. Did you see Soul from Pixar?
Yeah, that's right.
That was
They
one of
did
their.
that.
That's
Yep,
a
I didn't
recent
know
good
that.
one they had.
Yep, they also did that.
No, Turning Red's great.
What's that?
Turning Red's great.
I didn't say Turning Red's bad. I said Soul was good.
What
I
I
said it was
really
the last
want,
good one.
No, I said one of their recents. I've
said
got
the
nothing.
last good one, yeah.
I did not, and I've got nothing against Turning Red.
I think Turning Red is
Sounds
okay.
like you do.
It's no, like Turning Red has its flaws, yes, but so does every movie. All in all, I'd watch
Turning
Turning
Red-
Red again. It was pretty dang good. Soul
Turning
was
Red's
also
in the
enjoyable. My only complaint about Soul is that the ending is so abrupt and it's just like bam, and you can assume they live happily ever after. Everything leading
See,
up to
my
that
biggest
was
problem-
really, really good.
My biggest problem with it was all the existential dread that came with it.
Okay, so that was our review of Soul. Let's move on to the next trailer.
here's the hold on.
Hold
Here's the
on,
thing.
hold
What
on.
I for no
You get
reason
sidetracked.
whatsoever, what I really want is Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor to do the next Doom game. That would be-
Well, okay.
That'd go hard.
So,
Wait just
so
a
have
minute.
you played the original Quake?
No.
Okay,
God,
so
wait.
so Trent Reznor did the soundtrack to Quake, and Quake is created by the Doom people. So it's like
Right.
they kind of already did that, but yes, I would love Trent Reznor to come back and do another one. Absolutely.
Like yeah.
So anyway, this movie looks fun.
Yeah, that's right. We
I
were
like-
reviewing
Yeah.
the trailer.
I like.
we
and I
get
like
sidetracked
Westworld.
so easily.
Oh yeah,
Looks
that's
like-
us. That's right.
It looks like Carla Gugino's in it, and I really like her. So yeah, I don't know if I'll watch it, but it looks fun. Anyway,
No,
Gives
this
me
is
warm
a
bodies.
I'll take
John
Mandy on a
or
date night
Patrick?
maybe.
Patrick, that's my absolute favorite is when you're like, you know, I like this person and that person, or I like this thing or that thing, but you know what? I'm not gonna see it.
yeah.
I just want to
Like it's just like,
clarify.
I want them to know that I
It's like you're
appreciate.
building it up. You're like, you know what? I like these things. And I'm like, all right, he's gonna be the one. He's like, yeah, I want to see this movie. And he just like abruptly, nope, not gonna see it.
Do I love that they recast Cassie Lang in the Marvel Universe 3 different times? That Catherine Newton happens to be the one they're sticking with. Like that's a whole different can of worms. She's a great actor. She looks fine here, but I'm not gonna see it.
But I'm not gonna say that.
I don't want to see it. Anyway,
All right, moving on.
Alright, who's up
Well,
next,
what is
boys?
is this Twisted Metal?
What?
Twisted
$1
Metal in
trillion
space.
trying to
Oh,
get
fuck.
one dude back from Mars?
You get the opportunity to bring back Matt Damon.
I just don't think we should wait around and be saved, you know?
You really don't think they're sending anybody to save us?
I mean,
Okay.
Incredible.
In case you haven't noticed, we're doomed to spend the rest of our miserable lives on this ship. Maybe we should do it.
do what?
It.
We're not attracted now, but we would emotionally attach.
You mean fall in love?
What if this awesome thing we have going on gets ruined?
People are meant to be together.
Oh, sorry. Is this on? Okay. Lane? We're both married.
I'm sure being adrift in space gives you a hall pass.
As long as you don't come back.
You know what you want to watch tonight?
Alien?
Never seen it.
I love that.
Why the hell did we watch that movie?
That's not that scary.
Okay. I mean, it's
Okay, so I actually think that's pretty cute.
Oh, it looks great. It looks
Like,
great.
I'm actually sold. That looks adorable.
I mean, you mentioned Twisted Metal. I actually quite enjoyed Twisted Metal. I thought it was
Yeah, it's the
pretty good.
vibe I
I
got.
couldn't do it.
You don't know how.
But I grew up with the games, so I think that kind of like influenced it. I was super into the games as a kid, but yeah, I don't know. Anthony Mackie, you know, the things he's been doing after what was it, Captain America or whatever.
He's still Captain America.
Oh, they're still doing that.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know if they're
I
doing
fell out of the
No,
Marvel
there's no
thing.
way.
He's Captain America in name only.
Okay.
So I'd like to take a quick time out.
Okay.
Point out for a second, Joe. I get what you were saying now about how the experience sauce like makes you. It's kind of like you're intoxicated.
Yes, absolutely.
Like I have
That's
not
what Spice
taken
does.
any substances tonight, and I'm a little dizzy, a little out of my mind right now.
Yeah.
That hot sauce is making me feel things.
The only thing I'm feeling right now is my entire like face is tingly. But other than that,
I'm
like,
just man, that is quite a hot sauce.
yeah.
Like well, it might be that in addition to the 4 beers I've had. But
Yeah,
we
but what's
can't
4 beers gonna do?
assume- We can't
That'll do it.
assume.
Here's the thing. I'm very much on the anti-Anthony Mackie train. I don't think he's a very good actor.
Whoa.
This
Okay.
is...
Racist.
No,
this
come
isn't
on.
This isn't the first time we've had this conversation.
Have you
Patrick,
seen
but
8
sure.
Mile?
No.
Yes, that's the problem.
He was in 8 Mile.
Yeah.
Somehow Eminem is a better actor than him in that movie.
What do you mean somehow? Eminem is
That's
amazing.
not a great actor.
Okay.
He's
I-
perfect.
No, he's
He's
not.
not.
He's literally a
He
rap
didn't even-
god.
Oh boy.
He does
But-
diss tracks. He doesn't do motion pictures anyway.
After saying that, this actually looks like Anthony Mackie doing well in a role, which is surprising. Now, am I going to see it? No. Not that interested. But
I
props
would go
to you,
see
Anthony
this.
Mackie. You,
Well, it's
you
streaming on
actually,
Peacock.
Like,
Yeah.
sold me on your ability to act in a movie.
I would
See,
go
the
see
thing-
this
the
if
reason
it
I
was
think
not
you
a
don't like
Peacock
Anthony Mackie is
exclusive.
you haven't seen Twisted Metal.
I watched the trailers and wanted to blow my brains out.
You haven't watched it though. Nev Campbell's in it, Austin.
Man's got a point.
Yeah,
I've
so
watched
is,
the
what's her face
Fast and
from
Furious
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
trailers, but I don't want to see
Samoa Joe,
those.
yeah. Samoa Joe's there. You don't like
The-
Samoa Joe, Austin?
Not enough to make me want to watch that piece of garbage.
Sheesh.
I
Or Samoa Joe.
the combination of Samoa Joe and why do I forget his name? The guy who did he was in
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett. Like the combination of Will Arnett's voice and Samoa Joe's body is just hilarious to me.
It's
Like
very
that.
weird. I love it. It's very. It doesn't work, but I think it works.
Yeah, exactly. It works because it doesn't work.
Yeah. I need to watch it. Yeah.
You're over here talking like that. You haven't even seen it, Patrick?
Listen, Anthony Mackie,
Hold on.
better
Hold
actor
on.
than you think. Better actor than you think.
How are you going to tell me that I need to watch Twisted Metal to know that Anthony Mackie's a good actor, but you haven't even seen it?
Because I know he's a good actor. I don't need to watch it.
He's not, though.
Uh-huh. Okay. Man.
Patrick
Remember when
just
Austin
made
had good opinions? That was crazy.
No, I don't actually.
That was crazy. We're a room full of heathens. Oh, man. That looks
All
fun.
right.
I'm not going to watch it.
Let's honestly, I'd watch it if it wasn't Peacock exclusive. Let's move on.
It's probably free, I'm sure.
Probably.
If it's free, that's a different discussion.
I was gonna say, did you see the like space image that they had outside the
like-
window?
That was like Diet Wes Anderson almost.
That's true. Very true.
Diet Wes Anderson.
I agree with that opinion.
What do we got? Who's up next?
The guy from Moon Knight.
I went online this morning and I rented us a beautiful
Not
house
that
out by
one.
the beach. I figured
That
if I
one.
made the reservation and packed
Ethan
our bags,
Hawke is
it would
in
eliminate
Moon Knight?
most of the reasons
Oh
to say
my
no.
god, you uncultured swine. Go watch more mediocre Marvel shit.
Kiss
I
looks so
watched the
saw him
first
sound
third of
so
one
good.
episode and went, nah.
Of Moon Knight? That one's one of the good episodes.
The Wi-Fi isn't working.
It's that in episode 5. That's not bad.
Bikini Kill. That's an interesting
So sorry to
t-shirt.
bother you, but this is our house.
Hey.
But this is
This
our
is your
house.
We've got 2 more characters.
Yeah.
We were driving back to the city. Then
Technically, he also played
You want to stay here, but
Cottonmouth
we're
in
staying
Cage
here.
also, so he's been 2
We
more.
need to get them out of here.
Very true. And actually,
hate to think
solid.
everything's gonna be okay.
Okay.
Everything
Yeah,
is going to be
that was a
okay,
good show.
isn't it?
We are seeing ongoing cyber attacks across the country.
Something is happening, and I don't trust them.
Everything I know, I have told you.
I don't believe you.
I would do anything to protect my family. What you do is your business.
Sorry.
It is.
Get in the car right now!
A lot of Marvel people in here.
Is that 2 Teslas back to back?
Haven't you been picking up on what's going on out there?
Whatever it is, it's happening to all of us.
I just want to know what is the truth.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Do you remember that time we watched the trailer for God, what was it called? That movie we all just went to go see with the AI.
The creator.
Creator?
Creator, yes.
Costco Jordan Peele.
Do you
yes,
remember
Yes.
when we watched that trailer and I said this looks like it's going to be more of an action movie than an AI movie? I'm getting another
You
one of
turned out to
those
be right, which is
vibes
crazy.
that this movie is going to try and be bigger than what it is, and it's actually just going to fall flat because it's not that good after the trailer. I do not expect anything from this. This looks like it's trying to be good, but is going to be bad.
Okay. This is the guy that did iRobot, right? Not iRobot, Mr. Robot.
No, Mr. Robot.
Same movie.
Okay.
Which was good and then progressively got worse.
But, like, was still really good at one point. Like,
Yeah.
so he has the capability to make something good, is all I'm saying.
It's not like
Yeah.
you had no names behind the creator. I'm just saying, from that trailer, I'm getting bad vibes, and there is at least somewhat of a track record that says my vibes can be justified.
This is the second time today that I'm going to say that a t-shirt made me interested in a movie. So
Okay.
That's
Is there
all
another
I'm gonna
9 Inch
say.
Nails shirt?
No, Bikini Kill, but still.
Oh, okay.
No, but all jokes aside, I
Wait.
mean, it seems...
Have-
What?
I didn't mean to cut you off. That's my bad. Continue.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it'd be okay, but it's also another thing that's like, you know, we don't see what's going on, what like the quote unquote like monster or whatever they're trying to paint out is. And I feel like that's also, I know I said this before for something else, but like that's also been kind of done a lot lately. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sort of in the middle for this.
No, I see what
we
you're
talked
saying.
about
It
that
looks like
before,
they're
too.
generic and trying to capitalize on the popular, and it's just going to fall flat when it comes out a year after the hype is gone.
Well, we've had this conversation before, Joe, where it's like, you know, with how many things come out nowadays, like on streaming and all that, your trailer can't just be generic. Like you have to have something. You need to show me enough in your trailer to get me to actively go find whatever it is you're making, wherever it is.
Yeah.
So you can't do the like in the modern nowadays. You have to hook me with something. So you can't hide things in the same way you could before. It just doesn't work the same way.
Yeah, like it worked in my opinion. It worked for like A Quiet Place. Like I enjoyed that movie. I never saw the sequel, but I did enjoy the first one. But after that, it just like for example, what was that other movie that Netflix did with what's her name, where they had to like wear the
Box.
blind? Yeah, Bird Box.
Bird Box.
That's what I immediately thought of with this trailer. Yeah, that one was like okay. it wasn't anything special in my opinion.
That had so much hype behind it, though.
We have watched a lot of trailers for Netflix movies on here. A lot of them were very bland and forgettable. This, at least, is going to stick with me a little bit more, I think. Is it going to be good? I don't know.
You're falling for it is what you are. Is you're falling into the glue trap.
But here's what I would put faith in. Is Mahershala Ali is an absolute fucking unit when it comes to picking good content. Like, all he does is hit on his movie choices. He doesn't pick huge blockbuster movies typically. He does a lot of like art house stuff, but that gets really good awards. Obviously, he did one of the like he was on True Detective, not the second season after what was the best, what some consider the best season of television ever made, and was still really good. But I was looking at his IMDb page to make that point, and we referenced how he's in the Marvel Universe. He's going to play Blade. Did any of you guys see the movie Eternals?
Yeah.
No.
So
half.
I didn't know. I didn't see the movie, but I was scrolling through his IMDb page, and he's got an uncredited appearance as Blade in that movie, and I had no idea. I didn't realize that he was already. I mean, I knew that they had announced him as Blade because he's gonna have a movie, but I didn't know he had actually showed up because that movie got horrible reviews and looked really bland, and so I didn't go see it.
By the way, Joe, I didn't tell you, but that's the name of the segment we're in right now.
Fingering the Pulse?
Yeah,
I like that.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Yeah.
No. He shows up at the end right as Dane Whitman, aka the Black Knight, is reaching for his iconic ebony blade, and he's like, you hear from behind. You don't even see him. He's like, "Are you sure you want?" It's a bad Mahershala Ali voice. It's like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And he turns around. You don't even see him, and then it just cuts to black. So you don't even see him. You just hear him.
I just can't see anyone but Wesley Snipes as Blade. I don't know, man. And I know that's just nostalgia talking because those movies weren't even that great. Like, let's be honest.
First one, good. The rest, well.
Yeah. But whatever.
The real issue I'm gonna have, it's the same thing I have the issues with the Deadpool movie, is like once you put a character like that in the hands of Disney, I have a hard time believing that they're going to be able to take the true nature of the character and put it on the screen because they have to be so PG.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bone to pick with Disney.
You got to remember, they've got to sell it in China at the end of all things.
I was so excited for Doctor Who in the what was it called? Madness something.
It's my favorite Marvel character.
Because Sam Raimi was doing it. And I love Sam Raimi.
That was your first mistake.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, and when I went to see it, like, yeah, there was a little bit of Raimi in there, but you could tell that Disney kind of toned it back a little bit.
No, there was less so that I definitely felt a lot of Sam Raimi's grubby little fingerprints all over that hot garbage. But there's definitely.
God.
Wow.
Patrick, I no longer have faith in your opinions on directors.
Does that mean
I was going to say Sam Raimi?
Sam Raimi?
No, you're not. You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. No, shut up. You didn't let me finish.
Sam Raimi's in the same category as Ridley Scott with your opinion, where I'm not listening.
You just didn't let me finish. I love Spider-Man 1 and 2. I love Evil Dead 1 and 2. All right? He's a good director. It's just there was so much going on with Marvel when that movie came out. He wasn't even their first choice to direct that movie. Like, I say his grubby little fingers, but I mean that in the best possible way, because that was the best part of the movie for me. It's all the Evil Dead vibes I got from it.
Yeah.
You say, I don't know. You say
need to watch Army of Darkness.
Oh yes. So I don't know. Grubby little fingers typically has like a negative connotation. Yeah. So that's why we were all up in arms.
Just a little prickly tonight. I think that's all it is. I'm fucking with you. I say that with all respect.
He's a little grub, I admit it.
I called my shot on Ridley Scott, Patrick, so I got to take it all the way.
Oh yeah, no, that was a while
ago. Also, there's a shot where he jumps, like he's leaving Christine Palmer's wedding, and he jumps over the balcony at the building they're at, and there's a crowd of people that just looks over the edge, and they're like, "Oh!" It's like that is fucking Sam Raimi to a fucking T. This is like Spider-Man 2 all over again. I kind of hate it, but I also kind of love it.
Dude, when they were fighting with the musical notes, that was sick.
I actually did really like
That was pretty cool. Yeah,
The man does what the man does.
Yeah. All right, let's move forward.
Okay, who we have up next?
A video game this time.
Yeah, Xbox had a little partner
preview.
Preview, whatever the fuck. So they showed off some cool shit. So
I'm so sorry you have to be in the same room as me right now.
Oh, you're good. What?
Okay.
Are you farting? Are you ripping ass over there?
Yeah, a little bit. The hot wings have done
I
me
didn't
some
even
damage.
hear it.
My farts are quiet and
Well, that's not usually
unsmellable.
concerned with farts, but yeah.
Honestly, like, try and smell my farts. They don't exist.
I'm not going to try and smell.
I'm not going to try.
Why would you say something like that?
No, like, trust me. Try and
Take a big whiff. See if you can smell it.
I'm not going to smell
And
it.
we're
Try
rolling.
and smell it.
All
It's
right.
not there. Like, I farted 3
All right.
times, just so you know.
We're watching.
You smell anything?
Power Wash Simulator, the best
We
game
love
ever made.
our watch simulator.
Oh, wonderful.
IKARO.
I hear you.
It's John as well.
Is this third person Dead Cells? What are we looking at?
Am I supposed to be having a stroke, or should I call a doctor?
It's the Wings one then. Okay. Shit. Alright.
Suddenly, I'm very happy to be here because I did not know about this.
I suddenly.
Damn, son.
Okay, so that looks. Okay.
There's more. Oh,
That was a boss fight. It's
Okay.
going to Game Pass.
Does it say anything about Game Pass?
It doesn't.
Well, it's a partner. It's an Xbox partner team. They have.
Yeah, but
Well,
I don't.
hold on,
I think
hold on. There's a game coming up that's not.
I remember. Like I saw a little. Like yeah. See, look. Metal Gear.
no, don't reveal what's in
Oh,
the
I'm
lineup.
sorry. I'm sorry.
God!
I have to go bleep that out now.
I'm sorry.
Bleep it out. Put the
Anyway,
American Idol sign over his mouth.
anyway, just because Xbox showed it off doesn't mean it's going to become the Game Pass. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
that's what I'm saying.
So I did not know about this game, and this looks right up my alley. Also, Thunderful. They are a joint like cooperative thing. From have you guys ever played the SteamWorld Dig games?
No,
but I hear
no, I
good.
haven't at
They're on
least.
my wish list though.
So the developers of those games did a combined with developers of some other thing, I don't remember exactly what, to create Thunderful games. And so far everything that they've put out has been at least interesting. I love the SteamWorld Dig games. I haven't played their most recent game. I forget what it was called. But this in particular looks really good. I'm really excited for this now that I know that it's a thing. So
Honestly, like a year ago, I would have said I have no interest in this because it's above my game level. But after Remnant, I think I could do this if you guys want to do this. Like, I think I have what it takes to accomplish basic gameplay.
That's what caught my attention because I was listening to the presentation, but I wasn't watching it. But I heard like this was like a fast-paced third-person sort of vibe. I got a lot of Ghost Runner vibes, but like third person, mixed with maybe a little bit of that beat 'em up that came up earlier this year from Xbox. I'm blanking on it right now. Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush. I was thinking
So-
more like Devil May Cry kind of deal.
Yeah, I think I say Hi-Fi Rush because of the art style mostly, but it's the same concept. Like, it's a beat 'em up trying to string together combos. This just has, like, the mobility of Ghost Runner put into that.
Yeah.
So it looks like my kind of shit. Like, it is for you, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm there day one, I think, if it's on Game Pass.
It looks pretty interesting. My only caveat would be that this is something I definitely play co-op, and there was no even inklings of that in that.
Oh, I doubt that.
So I'm gonna guess
Co-op,
it's
I'm
gonna be
in.
single
Single-player, I'm
only,
out.
I don't mind playing.
which makes me less likely to play it.
maximum flow state gameplay, and IKARO will not die. Okay. I like that. I love going into a flow state in my video games.
All right, I think all in all, we got pretty positive reaction on this one. Let's move on.
God, what is this?
Anemone. The sun is shining. Everybody's out
Is
there
this
having
a
fun.
movie about the crab from Moana?
Doesn't it? Well,
Is this his origin story?
Why am I getting Applejack's vibes?
Now, do not
right there?
forget, you are the help. They are the guests. Your spritzer has arrived.
Finally, you gotta get out of your shell, buddy.
Come on, Armin. I'm not like these other crabs, all right? I don't throw my claws in the
Is
air.
that Josh Gad?
Yeah, I don't wave them like I just don't care.
Why does he have a soul patch? That's my real question.
But what?
Austin, stop hating on the soul patch so I can finally grow mine out.
God, that, yes.
What'd you say to me?
It's not you, it's Mandy that stops
wasn't
me.
That was, him.
Him who? Me. Oh, he's so cute.
Do you think we see a crab with puka shells in this?
100%.
I don't think I watched this if there isn't puka shells.
Armin, where are you? Armin.
How far are we from the ocean?
In Crab Lakes? I don't know, maybe a million?
This may be the furthest away from my mother I've ever been. Woo-hoo! It feels amazing!
Girl, have you lost your mind?
Oh,
Sarah!
Michael Cera's in everything.
my God.
You know, lost and afraid for my life. Other than that, can't complain.
Come on!
That really doesn't sound
I
like
liked it
Michael
better
Cera.
when they were shut.
It sounds like new Michael Cera.
Kid?
I don't know, I like that guy.
Don't know him.
What do you think they'll think of
Oh, but the fact that he's between the two crab armies and he's just freaked out for himself.
Wait.
You finished yet, Sea-Crab? Cause you're standing and not drinking water.
Oh.
I'm not
I
like
think
the
about
other
water.
crabs.
No, like, I don't know how I felt about the rest of that. I really enjoyed the one guy who's just there and the two crab armies are having their war and he's just like, oh my god, why am I in the middle of this?
It's
Really
interesting.
enjoyed him.
It's interesting to hear Michael Cera put on like a kind of like New York accent. It's a little weird.
The first time I've ever heard Michael Cera not been like, that's Michael Cera.
Yeah, yeah.
Michael Cera.
I'm not like the other crabs.
I think I'm going to correct it from New York to New Jersey.
New
I
Jersey.
think
Yeah,
that's a
it's
New
Jersey.
Jersey
Yeah,
accent.
yeah. I grew up on the border of Jersey, so I get it.
What if we combine Nemo
Oh,
and the
yeah.
dancing crab meme? He's not wrong.
Troy, that's perfect.
I
Troy
literally, I'm
Glodite
getting
is not
very
wrong.
strong Shark Tale vibes off of this fucking movie.
I feel like it's been long
It's-
enough. I feel like it's been long enough since Shark Tale came out that it doesn't really matter. Personally,
Look, Shark Tale is the most monumental piece of media ever made, okay?
I hope you're being sarcastic.
Yes.
Okay.
My God, who couldn't be?
I'm also getting that there's the parts where they first are on land is giving me vibes of.
Troy!
Read the comments.
Oh,
read
no.
the chat.
I read it.
Oh
Is-
no!
Vibes of that scene when in SpongeBob when they all go on land.
Martin Scorsese. not
That's what
like
I thought too. I thought about that sign from the that scene from the SpongeBob movie as well.
I forgot Martin
Yeah.
Scorsese's
Yeah.
in Shark Tale.
Yep. I wish I could be.
Wait, what?
He's the puff manager guy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't.
I love
let's
that you
not
know
get-
who he is.
I legitimately
Let's not
forgot
get-
about
let's not-
that.
Started on Scorsese.
Fucking
Patrick's
piece of
about to
shit.
go off on him.
You know, I saw his mom make a lasagna on Letterman the other day.
Okay.
What
Is
does
Get
that
all right.
mean?
that a
We
euphemism
were having a
or
lovely time.
Is that a euphemism?
Talking about De Niro.
something? De Niro.
This movie-
Young Letterman. Young
This movie
Scorsese.
looks
Okay.
ridiculous. That's all.
This movie looks passable. This will be a summer blockbuster that makes its money back.
Is
Yeah, I definitely
Nickelodeon?
probably will see that.
Does Nickelodeon have that much power anymore? Are they still like?
Enough to
No.
make their money back,
Yeah.
I'd say yes. Enough to be like
What's the
amazing, I'd say no.
Okay.
I don't have the budget on it.
Like, they got
Genre
enough
might
of
be there.
goodness going here to maybe make something of it. I'll say that much. It looks like I might
It
check
looks
it out.
like-
We'll see how the tides turn. No pun intended.
It gave me Flushed Away vibes, but it doesn't look nearly as good as Flushed Away.
My God,
Don't even
Flushed
compare
Away
it.
happened, right?
I love Flushed Away. Don't even.
I mean, I love anything.
No Martin Scorsese and Flushed Away.
Not enough Martin Scorsese and Flushed Away.
But I'll take Chicken Run over Flushed Away. any
Did you
day.
see they're making a remake of Chicken Run?
I don't know
Not
if I
a
like
remake,
that.
a sequel.
It's a sequel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot. I guess.
I'm not. It's such a. It's a parody of The Great
John was
Escape.
very
How do you
against.
make a sequel to that? The Great Escape 2
He was very-
recaptured?
I don't know.
We'll have to
All right.
watch and find out.
Yeah, I guess so. Push us forward, whatever this
All
is.
right,
I don't know.
next
Open
up.
beta sounds- It's
Violence.
a panda with a bamboo stick.
Violence.
Oh boy, I already have a bad feeling
That
about
was
this.
a lot of disturbance.
Oh my god! All right, I'm in.
I knew you would be.
Exxon.
Okay.
When's the beta? I'm playing.
I hope the new Chicken Run is an adaptation of Animal Farm. I would not be upset if that were the case. Like, if that happens, I'm okay.
Yep.
It looks like unnecessary sequel, is what it looks like.
Is it VR or is it traditional?
I think it's traditional. I don't know.
Yeah, this still looks above where I'm at after Remnant.
Oh, the zip line. Oh, real good. Is that a destructible brightness? What's going on? Oh my god.
Why is the panda so recurring? Is that like a character? Does every squad have a panda?
Especially the like polygonal panda. I've seen that in so many games already.
It definitely looks like a team game, which I'm all about.
Yes, so 3 on 3 on 3. Fun. Oh, they're certain trouble. Oh, there it is. Oh, they got full.
In theory, I'm into it.
Oh, it's out.
That's today.
Okay, so like, don't get me wrong. 3 people, perfect for us. I'm in
downloading it.
theory into it. I am gonna hold you guys back so much.
Oh,
like
dude,
I
it's
am.
free to play too.
I do not have the skill it takes to play this game.
I hope you guys
Well,
have fun
if
with
it's
that.
new, you'll be like everybody else. So there's that.
Yeah, but I feel like this
I
is
think
one of
there
those
was an
games
alpha at one point, but
where it's
There
gonna
was.
real
Seems to
quick
make it
become
well.
like immediately skill based, and if you're not, everyone's gonna be super toxic.
This is a game that's been making the rounds a couple of times. Also mentioned there's been an alpha. It's been the talk of the town around amongst multiplayer folks here and there. I've not watched any gameplay, so that was new for me as well.
yeah, I
Looks sick,
definitely,
though.
I definitely remember seeing a TikTok or 2 on it, but I didn't put it together until I started watching that trailer.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
only-
in. As soon as I get off stream, I'm downloading that without a doubt.
This is certainly a game of all time.
You know,
My
I'll
opinion.
follow the leader on this one. If you guys are fine being held back in the lower leagues, I'll let you stay there.
I was
See, if there's
never
anything I've learned.
I was never too big into online multiplayer shooters and stuff like that. So, but I'm glad you guys are excited.
The gameplay itself doesn't look bad, just complicated.
So I went on
It
the
look-
Steam page,
Uh-huh.
and it's like you have to request access to join the playtest. I'm like, ugh, and I clicked it, and they're like, request access, or access granted. I'm like, okay, well, all I had to do was click, whatever.
Good to know it's
It
exclusive.
literally looks like they stole Battlefield's thunder. Like, why
A
did
little bit,
Battlefield not 5 years ago go, we need a Battlefield VR, and then make this game? Like,
Well, because they tried a VR and it wasn't good.
well, that's
Oh,
true,
this is
actually.
VR.
No, I don't
No,
think
B,
so.
BR, Battle Royale.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute. VR is a different game. I'm still gonna suck, but now I can suck and have a lot more fun.
Oh, dude. I'm excited. It's if only I had free time this weekend.
Austin, let me know if it's worth me downloading it, and I'll definitely take your word for it.
Here's the thing: the beta goes till not this Sunday, but a week from this Sunday. So we got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
You can totally jump in sometime next week.
Monday stream?
Let me know.
Maybe.
Let me know.
I'll try it out this weekend. See what I'll let you guys know.
We ready to move on?
I
Moving
think so.
forward.
Next up.
What do we got? Oh, this one. I'm a little curious about this one.
In May 1940,
I was
Amsterdam
confused.
was
Is this
taken
the
over by the
Christmas
Germans.
Yep.
Oh.
Immediately, they set the clock forward.
Queen, huh?
So it was the same
The
time in
car from
Amsterdam
Cars?
as in Berlin. The weather report disappeared from the newspapers. It was now a military secret. All streetlights
Two
were turned
movies
off.
with chess, or two trailers
Dutch
with chess.
organisations were Nazified or forbidden. Soon, the Nazis started to ban Jews from parks, pools, shops, cafes and schools, from all public life. Music by Jewish composers could no longer be played. In 1941, they started rounding people up. In 1942, the deportations began.
Holy shit, how do you even do that?
Or
Is this not the modern day? Like that's
Wolfenstein did
very
it first.
confused.
Just saying.
Wolfenstein, really? Never
Th-
played
This
it. Only familiar
Wolfenstein's
with it.
great. So this basically, from what I'm gathering from this trailer, is if the Nazis succeeded.
Oh,
No,
Man in
it's
the
a
High
documentary.
Castle did it first. Yeah.
Oh, it's a documentary.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah.
from
That's
what
I'm
I
not
gathered, it's a
understanding.
documentary
They
on
were
like
talking about the 40s,
what if the
but this was
Nazis
clearly like
took over in the
2022.
modern day.
Yeah, that's what I got the picture that this was like if the Nazis had taken over and this is what like life would be. But if it's a documentary,
I
that's
think
a
it's
whole
gonna
other
do
story.
its best to paint the picture of what if today all the Jews
But
were
how
rounded
is
up
that
and were
how
beaten?
is that a documentary then?
Okay.
If it's
I'm gonna read you guys the description.
Okay, yeah.
It says the past collides with the present in this excavation of the Nazi occupation of Amsterdam. A journey from World War II to recent years of pandemic and protest, and a provocative, life-affirming reflection on memory, time, and what's to come.
If you
that's
ask
very
me,
vague.
I'm all in
I
because
didn't
not
see a
enough
single
attention
clip
is
that
being
had
drawn to
anything that was
anti-Semitism lately. It's been exploding for no reason, and it's about time we look
I
at.
would
Oh
say
my God, they're just normal people, and what would happen if they were taken
There
away?
is- listen, John, there is actually a war currently that just started.
No, and
about
I get
Jews.
that.
But-
I get don't get me wrong. Anti-Semitism is on the rise, but not enough attention has been drawn to why it's suddenly on the rise. You know, like a bunch of normal people
It's
are
not
just suddenly being anti-Semitic, and it's like,
It's
why?
not sudden.
It's not sudden as an overnight, but within the past 4, 5, 6 years, it's just exploded. Like 10 years ago, this was relatively unthinkable.
I wouldn't say that.
I need more from a
I'm
trailer
just
about this.
glad
I don't- I
attention
really
is
don't
being
know.
drawn to it in a negative light. Okay, it's a nice change of pace from everything that's happened in immediate recent history.
Regardless,
I can
I'm
definitely say that, like, in terms of occupation of Amsterdam, that's a new angle to me.
That is a
personally.
very niche angle
That-
they are taking.
That, like, there may be some intriguing, like, different points that you could have talking about it, like, in that context specifically. that would make it interesting. I just the trailer itself didn't really portray to me what the content of the documentary was going to be.
So
I
connect.
I agree with what you're saying. Like, it didn't really show off much, but I'm honestly kind of happy about that. I think it left out enough to make me like really interested as to what this really is. I'm willing to give it a shot for sure.
So what I'm hoping, I'm going to try and fire back at you here. No, Patrick, I spoke first.
Oh.
What I'm hoping is they dig.
Though.
Well, I have a lot of opinions. You talk a lot on all of the other trailers. Now I am on board. What I'm hoping is they actually, Austin, did give you enough to go off of, and what they showed you wasn't just not showing you enough of what they had content-wise, but they're somehow going to incorporate all this modern-day footage into talking about the past. What I hope is that they take what they've taken modern day and somehow recontextualize it, but that they're not withholding from us. They're just not giving us enough information to process that which we are being seen. That is my hope.
Sure.
Now, Patrick, you may go.
So anyway, what I was gonna say is that the premise certainly sounds interesting, and it is a conversation worth having. But it is over 4 hours long, so there is that.
Yeah.
Okay, I did notice that part of it.
Oh god.
Man, Captain Slowburn is suddenly wondering if he's gonna go.
I will say I'd be more willing to sit through 4 hours of this than Justice League.
This guy can stay.
Ooh.
This guy can stay.
Okay,
they're entirely different. Listen, this.
I know they're entirely different, but I'm just.
To me,
I know they're entirely.
4 hours limited series.
Yeah.
I don't know why
As long as the movie has an intermission, I'm in. Like, give me 10 minutes to use the bathroom, freshen my drink. I'll come back freshened.
Oh, is this coming to theaters? This isn't a streaming thing.
Well,
it will be. Yeah.
So here's the thing too: is they chose to release it on December 25th. So
on Christmas.
Sorry, seeing the color purple that day.
That is Prime Award season. Just unfortunate it happens to fall on that day, but
do you think that
there was intention there?
I
was gonna. I'm not trying to get political.
There's 100% intention.
Do you think this is anti-Catholic instead or something?
Pro-Jew, anti-Catholic?
Oh boy.
No, I think Patrick's right. I think they're stealing this time slot because it's award season.
Oh, is that right?
That it is prime time for movies looking for
It's
Oscars.
prime time.
Gotcha.
It's prime concept. It's everything that got points towards we want to get an award for this.
See, I didn't know any of that, so
That's why it's good to work with these guys.
Mm.
They know all this stuff, and I can just sit here and look pretty.
And even then, it's no. I'm kidding. I was about to make a dig.
Shut up! I'm goddamn adorable.
I know you
All
are.
right.
Now that your man bud's gone.
Dude,
Facts.
what do you mean now that it's gone? It's still here. I just haven't put it up.
you definitely don't have enough hair for
I'm
that.
working on it. I can get it factually in a bun, but that's about it.
I used to have a man bun, and it was comfortable, I'd say, but I don't think it's. I don't know. I think it's a little.
Listen, we'll revisit my man bun in a couple of months. Okay, next trailer.
Okay.
Next trailer.
We're gonna have just an absolute turn here.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god! I'm so surprised.
I like this guy. He can stay. Oh,
What's a caiman? Oddly specific crocodilian. Props for that.
Why do I just want to see Snake in a box, crawling down a river?
Because that's what everybody wants.
That's the entirety of the gameplay, actually.
Colonel.
Metal Gear.
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Trying.
I'm so sorry. That one is
I'm trying to sneak past the guards, but I'm dummy thick.
but I'm dummy thick.
And the clap of my ass
My
cheek.
cheeks keep flattening.
Nanomachines.
I'm
I
somehow
don't
in
know how
Smash
I
Bros.
feel about his actual like body design.
Big boss. I'm in Smash Bros.
Snake Eater.
Well, yeah, that's the original name of the thing.
Metal Gear Solid Triangle.
Triangle.
Well,
Delta, yeah.
Unreal fun.
So I am a lifelong fan of Metal Gear. Ever
Good.
since the original, not the original, but Metal Gear Solid on the PS1. Like PS1, N64 was my childhood for the most part.
Right.
So I am definitely interested in how this is going to turn out without Kojima. It looks good, but I'm hesitant.
I'm getting strong Far Cry vibes from that, which is a problem.
Yes.
Well-
okay, that's what I was getting is
Okay.
Far Cry vibes.
Okay.
So I'm glad we have you here because I haven't played Metal Gear. I don't know if Austin or John have.
Haven't.
But everything I heard about this trailer, because I didn't watch it, I was listening to the presentation, but I was listening to some big Metal Gear fans watch it, and they said that a lot of those shots were intentionally shots of locations that might be recognizable, or you might know what they're implying at or something like that. So it looks like, from what it sounds like, that it looks somewhat faithful so far. I mean, we really didn't get much, obviously.
It certainly looks faithful from what we've seen, but there wasn't really a lot to go off of. I mean, most of the game is just in this jungle where like every section of this jungle could be mistaken for another section, honestly. Aside from certain spots, like for example, there's this like broken down building where you first meet Ocelot. Like that's a very like vivid memory for me. But they didn't really show that off, at least as far as I could tell. But yeah, I mean, it looks good. I'm hesitant because it's Konami and they haven't really had the best track record lately.
When was the last Metal
Gear Solid 5. No, well, Survive if you want to count that.
Yeah.
But Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. To clarify, because 2 games were called Metal Gear Solid 5, but anyway.
Yep. Lest you get confused.
It feels to me, and I don't know, Joe, you've got a longer history with it than I do, but it feels to me like if you're gonna, it was what now, 8 years since that game came out. If you're gonna continue this, Metal Gear Solid probably needs like a soft revamp into the modern day.
Okay.
Like it's clearly a series out of a different time. So that doesn't give me any knowledge on that one way or the other, right? It definitely looks like graphics wise, it's up to snuff.
Go ahead.
Go.
So timeline wise, what? Timeline wise, this is the first game in the Metal Gear Solid franchise. So I believe that remaking this game is probably the best bet if they want to get like people's approval. I don't think that making a whole new Metal Gear game without Kojima right away would be a good idea. I don't think people would bite. However, remaking not only the first game in the timeline, technically, but also like a very popular entry in the series is probably the best bet for Konami if they want to win back like fans and stuff without having Kojima involved. And then following up with maybe a new entry or something like that.
Here's the tidbit I'll give you that I've heard others who are in the gaming industry say is if you see a remaster for a video game come out, it's them testing the waters essentially for the level of interest in the series, which means that there is another Metal Gear game in the works that will either be made or broken by this game. So like if this game does well, it'll come out. If this game doesn't, it'll probably
I wholeheartedly believe that this will do well.
It's the same thing we knew there's going to be another Mass Effect when the Mass Effect remaster came out. We know there's going to be another Dead Space because Dead Space remake came out.
Yeah.
Like you can just it's the track record of it's basically like the suit's way to test to make sure that it's worthwhile.
Yeah.
Patrick has a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not a question.
Stop raising your hand if it's not a question.
No, it's okay. Let him talk.
Okay. But I've been thinking about this, like, if Konami's been almost radio silent on big first party releases for a while, and now all of a sudden they're coming out of the woodworks with like bundles of games, and now a new Metal Gear that's they're technically not making, but they're working with the people who are. And I was curious, like, what's up with the delta? I know when you go into math, it's like that usually means a change in quantity.
3.
And that makes me
Dude,
nervous.
that's a triangle. Come on.
Yeah.
It's a delta, and you know it.
It is.
Well,
but solid triangle.
But it's mild.
Everybody
it's
knows that.
It's metal. It makes you nervous just because it's delta. What?
Specifically,
Well, it makes me
it's an
nervous because
isosceles
if this
triangle.
were just a straight up remake, I could be like, okay, I trust Konami, I trust them to at least make this game look pretty, and if they're not changing any of Kojima's original vision. But if they're gonna try and do a technically new entry in the Metal Gear franchise and change what a lot of people consider, like you said, to be one of the best in the series, without Kojima, I start getting nervous.
Well,
Someone tells me they'd play this safe.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they will, really.
So the main reason I believe they're going to play it safe and do like a 1-for-1 thing is because they are using the original voice lines. All the recordings from the original game, they're just going to reuse in here. They're not re-recording anything. So I doubt that.
New cast.
Oh, I read online that it was using the original voice recordings.
Remake. Never mind. No, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah. So I don't think they're going to change much if they're just copying and pasting the voice recordings from the original.
Yeah. That's probably true then. I didn't see that part.
I mean, that definitely lends weight to the hope side.
Another point to what Austin was saying earlier, they just put out the Master Collection like this week, I think, of the first two games, including the original version of this one. So it's not even like they're being subtle about it. It's like, no, we're interested in making a new Metal Gear. Are you interested?
That honestly like left a sour taste in my mouth. The fact that at least they announced that this was coming before they released the collection. But the fact that you released a collection of the original games and are also remaking one of those games in that collection, you know how many people are going to be double dipping? Just as
That's why they're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of like, that doesn't make me feel great. But
It's like GTA releasing on every console that ever exists. GTA 5 is on the most generations of indie game ever because the person who loves GTA 5 will get it on the PlayStation 4 and then the PlayStation 5 and then whatever, on and on.
And it came out of the PlayStation 3. Let's not forget.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just hoping that as much as I love Metal Gear, I am definitely, when it comes to Konami, I'm definitely more into Castlevania. I just want them to do something with that because there are so many people doing like Metroidvania games, and they're a lot of them are fantastic, but there's just something about Castlevania that really draws me in. Same with Metroid. I love Metroid as well.
I like this guy.
But I appreciate it.
I thought you would.
Yeah, and especially with the popularity of the series, on Netflix. I'm just wondering why they're not exactly capitalizing on that right now. I'm sure there's something in the
working on
works.
a new one supposedly.
Oh, okay.
Where in the Street is working on a new one.
Okay.
And they put out the collections too, so
yeah, but that's yeah.
Well, and to talk to your point about Castlevania too, I can't remember what we were talking about we brought this up, but I made the point of we're in an era where we had Dead Cells and games like that are pushing those genres forward in a way where it's now you could bring in one of these pillar franchises and take on these kind of new ideas that they're bringing into the genres and make something great.
I don't know how well.
Case in point.
I don't know how well.
Castlevania DLC for Dead Cells.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, it's great. But I don't know how well Metroid Dread did.
That was great.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game, but I don't know how well it did sales figures wise.
Nintendo doesn't like sharing that.
Oh, okay.
Not
But yeah,
physically we can like that.
but Metroid Dread was fantastic, and so like, I don't know. I'm just really, and funnily enough, the developers behind Metroid Dread were the developers of the last Castlevania games.
Man.
On the 360 and the 3DS and the
lovely.
PS3, but yeah.
Okay. Real quick stat for you. As of December 2022, the game sold 3.04 million units worldwide, making it the best-selling Metroid game. So
I was gonna say
That was
Metroid never sold that well, and since Metroid
Never.
Dread did that like that big of a number, like I fully expect Konami to follow suit, 100%.
Yeah. Where's Metroid Prime 4?
I mean, we're all asking that question. I fully believe that they're waiting for Switch 2 to release, and they're just gonna make it a dual release like Twilight Princess or Breath of the Wild.
Okay,
Hear
that's
from
it.
me,
I have to
but,
pipe in. I've sat quiet for too long. I need to use the bathroom.
Okay, go ahead. You don't need to tell us.
On the subject of Metroid Prime 4, I might know a guy who knows.
Taking over the stream.
And I think you're right. I think it is going to be on the next Switch and the OG Switch. That's why they're waiting.
You have inside information?
Yeah, I think because who's working on it? It's like Retro Studios.
Yeah.
I think my a buddy of mine knew a guy at Retro, and maybe might have let that slip. So didn't hear that from me.
I'm totally down for that as long as they still release it on the old console. Like I'm gonna buy the new Switch eventually, but I'm not exactly trying to buy a new console right away.
Their day one.
I mean, to each their own, you know. I'm not whatever, but
I'm a Nintendo guy. That's just me for sure.
I mean, I've always been Nintendo and PlayStation for sure. Xbox has always been kind of just like the like my friends play on Xbox, so I'll get on there like sometimes. But yeah, as long as it's actually coming out, I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's so weird, like, I mean, PlayStation hasn't really done it, but both Xbox and Nintendo basically have, like, gotten rid of gens, because, like, they have different versions of the Switch and different versions of the Xbox, and they just basically took the, like, almost like Tesla-esque way of doing it, where it's just, like, you continue to update the system that you have constantly over time. So it's going to be weird when both of them are like, all right, we're going to the next gen, and it's whatever it is, Switch 2, Xbox Series Y, or whatever you want to call it. And you're like, we're in like rolling gens at this point. It feels weird that you're like, there's going to be something that you're considering a next gen on these things.
Well, in terms of Nintendo, at least, I don't think they ever did the. Well, I know for the 3DS they did the new 3DS, which beefed it up a little bit, but for the Switch they never did like a more powerful system.
Well, they've got Switch OLED and they've got Switch Lite, and then they've got
but
none
with
of that's
with
hardware boosted.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's minimal things.
How
that
is
they've
an
changed.
OLED screen not a hardware?
Well,
Like,
no.
that's
Like
mostly
it doesn't.
a thing. You're not playing 4K games on an OLED Switch,
Yeah, it doesn't enhance like how the game plays or anything. It's just the visual, like
it's certainly
what the
not,
colors.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of Xbox, I totally agree with that. I mean, like I know PS4 did the PS4 Pro before the PS5 came out, but with Xbox, the Series X, or the Xbox One X came out, and that was like, such a like beefcake console in terms of like raw power or whatever. And then the Xbox Series consoles came out, and like the menus and everything are exactly the same, and pretty much every game, unless it was developed by a Japanese developer, has been released on both generations. You know what I mean? But like I said, with Japanese developers, they've certainly forgotten about the Xbox One. Like Street Fighter, King of Fighters, like all the fighters that I know of that came from Japan did not release on Xbox One. So
Those
Yeah.
typically aim to be just like whatever the latest gen is usually. Because I don't know if Street Fighter 6 is on PS4.
It is, yes. Well, but again,
Oh, it
like,
is.
Sony, yeah, it is.
Well, they probably had an in with Sony. That makes sense, I guess.
You think
Yeah,
it's a
well-
player-based thing though?
It
No,
could
'cause If
be.
you're going for player base, you gotta have it on both.
Well, the
I
thing
don't
with
think
that,
so, because
I
you can't play cross, can you?
yeah, you can.
Well, that's the real question.
Yeah, it's crossplay.
But would it be cross-gen?
Yes.
Well,
The-
then, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, but King of Fighters and Street Fighter, I know for a fact, did not. You can't play them on Xbox One. But yeah, I think it really has to do with like, and it is what it is. But it's like a well known fact that Japan is very like proud of things that came out of Japan and kind of puts everything else on the back burner. So I understand why, a lot of Japanese developed games did not come to the Xbox One or haven't been at least. So yeah, but I do agree. I do agree with your point that Xbox especially has just been like, there's not such a great like change between generations because, like you said, they're just updating as they go, and the entire console, like you're using it and it's exactly the same as like UI wise. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think
So
that's
I'd just
kinda
like
by
to take a
design
second to
that you
point
speak
out.
for.
Sure.
We were like 7:43 when we watched the Metal Gear trailer. And I was like, wow, we're actually making great time. 6 trailers in only an hour. And then we got here, and now we're just like and I'm fine going off track. I'm fine.
You're
with the
the one
tangents.
who brought a Metal Gear fan to the,
But I was just
to the
like,
stream.
wow, we just went off on Metal Gear.
This happens to John all the time. If you catch me and Patrick on a couple of topics
Don't
that
go
we
and
know something about,
and again,
we're
I'm
going.
fine with the
We'll wax
tangents.
poetic for like a
I'm
half
just
hour.
so surprised it was the Metal Gear trailer
just so
that
you
really
know,
just
Joe,
set us
me
off.
and
And I'm just like,
Patrick-
wow.
Me and Patrick did we went back and watched all of the Mission Impossibles before the new one came out. And
Okay.
we did a ranking video that was legitimately like almost like hour and a half, 2
Yeah.
hours of us just talking about 6 movies or whatever, because that's just the level that we're on when it comes to this kind of
I mean, to be honest, 6 movies an hour, like that's reasonable in my opinion.
Honestly, I'm surprised you guys didn't go longer. Like when Patrick and I did the One Piece ranking video, that was what 2 hours, and we finally cut it off.
That was like 3 hours.
Yeah, and we were just
It
like,
was like 2
bam,
hours
this is
where
the
I'm like,
rank,
we
this is
need
the
to
rank,
pick it
this is
up.
the
We're not
rank.
even halfway through.
Yeah, no, we were just like, oh damn. I'm surprised you
gotta
guys
go.
got through all those in only an hour and a half. But yeah, I was just so surprised. I'm just sitting here like, man, it's good conversation, but Metal Gear is what did this? Metal Gear?
Dude,
That's why
anyone
I'm glad that he's here, because if he wasn't here, it would have been like, cool, I've never played Metal Gear. I'm looking forward to that. And then we would have moved on.
No, I'm not complaining. I don't want to make it sound like I'm complaining. I'm just surprised that, like, this is the thing that set us off on one hell of a tangent.
Funnily enough, I had, and please nobody feel bad for me. I had a PS2 for a very.
I'm so sorry.
I had a PS2 for a very short time in my childhood, and again, nobody feel bad. This is fine. I'm over it. And my dad, when he left, he took the PS2 with him.
Oh, I do
So,
feel that
so,
actually.
so,
Like, that actually
like, I didn't
hurts
care
me.
about my dad leaving, but taking the PS2,
Not my
like,
PlayStation.
Okay, I'm glad we're in all agreement.
That's the
That's
lie.
where the pain is the PS2.
so I did not get to play the second game and 3, Metal Gear, on the original hardware. I didn't get to play Metal Gear 3 until it came out on the 3DS.
Wow.
Which is a very strange way to first play that game, but I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Alrighty.
Well,
Are we
is
moving
it. I
on?
might pick
Is
up
it
Maestro.
finally the promised day?
And Dad, if you're watching,
the last
now I
one.
have 2 PS2s.
Who's winning now,
Hell
Dad?
What you gonna do now, son?
Hell yeah.
You can come back, take a whole nother one.
This is what baller feels like. All right. It's time for the last trailer.
Yeah.
I promise you, your dad's not watching. Nobody's watching.
I mean, my dad. Yeah, well, whatever. I'm not even gonna get.
Well, whatever.
We're not here for a therapy session. Who cares? All right.
Yeah, exactly.
I want
Time
your
for
dad to
Maestro.
happen to be one of the 2 viewers. It's
He's
like, damn,
oh.
he got me. All these
Maestro.
years.
Maestro gear.
Okay, come on, load up the next one.
Maestro gear.
Maestro?
Oh, he's got a point. There's an A in there.
Well, that's just how it's pronounced.
You that you can't make music.
Sorry, I'm
Something she told me.
Hello.
getting
I'm
Mel
Melvin.
Gibson
Hello,
vibes from him for
Felicia.
some reason. I think it's the eyes.
Sarah Silverman in a series. So beautiful.
Tell me about her. Oh, she's wonderful. She's a lovely girl.
What age are we living in? One can be as free as one likes without guilt or confession. Please, I know exactly who you are.
Oh, Matt Bomer.
I don't know if you can say that on stream.
Good.
He can be
Good looking
the
man. I would
first
say.
great American
I'd rather you say erection is
conductor.
what I want you to say. Scientific term.
There's a price for being in my brother's orbit.
Sarah
You know
Silverman.
that.
Adam Driver.
No, that's not him.
It's not Adam Driver. Just waiting for someone to say something.
I love people so much that it's hard for me to be alone.
Why do I feel like this song has been used in
That music,
multiple
it
trailers?
keeps me glued to life.
Austin, calling it now. I want to say it before you do.
You know how much you need me to.
I might.
Oh, me too.
Summer doesn't sing in you, and nothing sings in you. And if nothing sings in you, then you can't make music.
It's bad.
Okay, Austin, let me say it
Said
first.
Martin Scorsese.
He's producing.
I called dibs. I want to say it. Why is half
Say
of
it.
it in black and white and the other half not?
It's a time travel movie.
Okay, that makes sense. Because before color
Yes.
was invented, everything was black and white.
Yeah,
Watching-
just like in Deer Hunter when they time travel there.
No, so Austin always has issues with, like, if there's not a profound reason for it to be black and white and it's just an aesthetic choice, he really disagrees with it.
I think it's because he's colorblind.
He
That's
is
not
colorblind.
it.
That is a
I hate
fact.
this kid.
So maybe he's just
That's
jealous of
factual.
our
That's nothing
ability
he's
to
wrong.
perceive color.
So, before we get into this, I do have a question. Mel Gibson.
Right.
What do you guys have a problem with Mel Gibson? Like, it's
Oh, he's-
what's,
I wouldn't
what's going
say
on?
a
I have a problem
problem,
with
but
the
it's
things
a
he
number
said.
of issues.
Okay.
Like specifically, no, but on the intricacies,
He's
yes.
not actually
I-
even in this movie, which is the funny part.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
but you guys mentioned Mel Gibson before the trailer started. Like, as it
There
was
is-
starting.
He looked like him for a little bit. That's all.
Austin's
Um,
not gonna
well,
understand
here's
this,
the
but he
thing.
is a colored character, you know.
Okay.
He is someone who would get. Anyway, I don't want to even get into it. Never mind.
Now,
Listen, after we had the whole documentary bit, I mean,
Ooh, poor taste. Yeah.
anyway, moving into the trailer.
well,
Yeah.
well, real quick, actually. Okay, so you don't like him as a person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Weapon's
a
great.
lot.
But just the things he said, it's not good.
Lethal Weapon's
Okay.
great though.
What about the Mad Max films?
I've only
They
seen two of
exist.
them.
They factually
Fury Road is
exist.
overrated.
Well, that's not even
Ah.
Mel Gibson, so fuck off.
I
on
They're
know,
that.
all
but I just had to say it
overrated.
because that movie makes me mad.
They're not bad.
I don't think
but
they're-
If they didn't exist, would the world care? No.
Okay, whatever. Trailer time.
This looks pretty good.
So we
Maestro,
watched the teaser for this.
Maestro looks okay. Like I want to go see this.
It's Maestro.
My-
like the
I
Marvel
hope
villain.
we continue down this like film renaissance we're in, where just everything is suddenly good and profound and big, and I hope this continues the trend, and I want to go see this.
I just want to apologize. Like
It's gonna be on Netflix.
I
Never mind.
I corrected your enunciation, but or pronunciation, whatever. But I didn't know that this was about like a music composer, so that's different.
Yes.
What did you think it was about?
Well, maestro is teacher in Italian. So
that's
yeah,
where the word
so I
comes
wasn't.
from.
But once I saw that it was about a composer, then I was like, okay, I apologize.
See,
My
I
bad.
just went with your correction. I was like, oh, the actual.
no,
way to
no,
pronounce
they
it.
were correct.
I think it's super. This movie is super interesting because this could really be the entrance of like a crazy Bradley Cooper era of his like acting career.
Okay.
Because so one, he's directing this movie, but he's also starring in it, and it's like about as it's. I mean, it's a biopic, so it's about as serious of a movie as you can really kind of get to. And you get that, coming from the Hangover era he was in before, where he was kind of like, he had a lot of really big, over-the-top roles, and now he's kind of found his way into more serious roles that I think is an interesting change to his kind of like a new era in his timeline, if it's good.
I don't think this is solely tethered to Bradley Cooper. I think that as just people in general, we have had so many years of just like over the top movies, like especially with the Marvel, series, like the whole thing being such a big thing. I feel like we kind of went full circle with like how the 80s was very much about like over the top, whatever, like action in your face kind of movies. And then we slowly got into like more documentary and more serious movies. Like I think we're slowly starting to get into that again, especially with like how well Oppenheimer did. So I don't think this is solely tied to Bradley Cooper. I think in general people are just tired of over the top movies, like just constantly, whatever. Go ahead.
Patrick
Your
has a
hands up,
question.
yeah.
I just think those kind of movies.
Stop
have always
raising your
been
hand if it's not a goddamn question.
I'm just saying.
Say it
I'm just saying. Those kind of movies have always been around. You just kind of got to look for them.
Well, yes, but I'm saying like in the forefront of like people's attention. You know what I mean?
I guess.
I agree with
but
Joe
like
on
that's
this. Like
it's
they've
always
really
gonna be
been
the
shoved down
case.
our throats as of recent.
The big blockbusters, yeah, I'll agree with that. The art house stuff, the only reason we watch it is because I'm seeking it out. Like, I think it would be good, and it gets some sort of traction on Twitter or YouTube. Like, it's not necessarily going to be in the general audience's faces as much. Like,
What
you go
it
out and ask
should
the average
be.
Joe Schmo what Maestro. I mean, I agree. I don't disagree. Like, if I could go out there and talk to anyone about Lady Bird, I'd love that. But no one's seen that because it's a smaller movie. It's the same thing with Maestro, probably. And well, it's on Netflix, so it has that going for it. But
Joe, so
also,
one more thing is Austin's going to make a thumbnail out of this, so we need some reaction faces for him to. Yeah, there it is. That's
Okay.
Real quick.
Great
so
stuff.
if you want to
I have
start
a lot to
pose
say.
at any
That's your way
point.
to go, Patrick.
I didn't know that Bradley Cooper also directed A Star Is Born, and I really liked that movie.
You didn't know that?
So that gives
I
me a
knew
little bit
that.
more faith in that. I knew
So
Dave
I've
Chappelle.
got there's a couple of things that are kind of coming together that could make this really something that I like a lot. So one, Bradley Cooper is writing directing, which he also wrote and directed A Star Is Born. Or did he direct? He might have just read it. Whatever.
He directed.
So I'm seeing that he's clearly can both act and do the other side of the camera. So that part of it intrigues me. This also, I think, very clearly takes from the Aaron Sorkin, Danny Boyle, Michael Fassbender, Steve Jobs movie, which I know I referenced last time we talked about this too. In that the way they shot that film was they had 3 different product releases in different time periods, and they used cameras from that time period to shoot in each one, so that it felt like the parts that you were watching were of that time. And they seem to be doing a similar thing here with Maestro, where the older one, there obviously it's in black and white, but you get the middle periods where you can see the serious film grain of like early film cameras. So there's a couple of elements here coming together that could really make this a good movie. I don't know anything about the composer that it's about, so that part of it, I'm kind of just gonna have to be like, it looks like it's gonna, like, just from the outside factors, looks like it's gonna be good, and I'm gonna have to go into it kind of with no knowledge of the person itself and kind of see what happens. But it looks to me like this could really be a really good movie.
Mm-hmm. It definitely has potential.
I just want to say Lady Bird has been on my watch list for quite a while, so hearing someone speak highly of it.
Do it. It's my favorite Greta Gerwig project.
Okay.
I love it so much.
How dare you disrespect Barbie like that?
That's close second.
How dare you?
It's not even second. It's like, oh, she also made that? That's interesting.
What?
Yeah, Joe's also a big fan of Barbie. I hated Barbie, by the way.
I love Barbie.
I hated Barbie.
It's fantastic.
I don't disagree with the message, but the execution was poor beyond belief.
No.
No way.
Like, I'm not upset with what they said. I'm upset with how they said it.
No, you're
Here's
upset.
the thing: is so we watched that fucking whatever that movie was called. That was the crabs that are with New Jersey accents.
Yeah, and you got the big battle to the Barbie vibe.
Yes.
Yes, I don't disagree.
Barbie vibes from that.
Yes.
We got opposite sides. John absolutely didn't like the fight in Barbie, but did like that fight with the crabs.
Okay. I didn't like the fight. I liked that there was the random guy in the middle who was like, "Oh shit, 100 crabs are running at me." Like, he is what I liked about that, not the fight in general. The fight in Barbie came out of nowhere for no reason whatsoever.
There was a reason.
There was a reason. Absolutely. It was building up for sure.
Insert the clip of John talking about the Barbie fight, and when his words were, I don't understand why they were fighting like that. Why they were shooting fake arrows at each other, and why they were riding not real horses. It's literally the same thing. He just said the opposite version of that for this. I don't know why he's there, but it's awesome.
Okay, you got me there. I'll admit it, but it's not the weapons they're using or the tactics they're using. It's that there's this third party randomly intervened in the middle of it.
This goes all the
No,
way.
they're obvious. Listen.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in for the Barbie review.
No.
Hold on.
They're obviously different. I just think it's hilarious that there are tones of one another there.
I admit to the tones. I admit to the similarities. I admit to my vast differences in my opinion of them. I stand by my conviction that I hated the Barbie movie.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling with how popular the Barbie movie was and how well it did. That's going to be influencing a lot of film.
And that's what I'm afraid of.
A while.
Again, the message not a problem. Dude, Jose is here. What's up, Jose? Dude.
Josue, first of all.
What? Did I say Josue twice? I'm sorry, my man. You're Josue. I know
Jose.
that. Yeah, I know he's Josue. I've had 4 beers. That's a lot more than usual at this point in the stream. I'm sorry, Josue. What's up, my dude? We're just wrapping up FTP here. We're going to be jumping into some... What? Patrick, what's it called? What's it about?
We're going to talk about how much we love the Barbie movie, actually.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Let's do another 2 hours of that.
Let's go.
I don't feel... Let's go. Barbenheimer coming at you.
See, I wasn't here for the first time, so we have to redo it.
Just redo Barbenheimer. Let's roll it back.
Yeah.
Now we're playing some Spider Heck coming up in just a second.
Yeah, I'm going to take a quick restroom.
Oh, yeah, no, we're about to take a 5. Don't you worry. Everybody, freshen your drinks, run to the bathroom. We'll be... you go ahead and go now. We'll just do an outro on FTP.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't have to. Guys, this has been FTP. Hottest trailer drops of the week, reviewed, gone over, analyzed. We had a lot of fun talking about them. That's my buddy Joe. Joe is here now.
Oh, wait, right here. Hi.
Right